watering can, net, fishing rod, axe. Long ago, the Animal Crossing tools existed in harmony. But everything changed when the durability attacked. Only the megaphone, with no upgrades, could stop it. But when the world needed it most, it vanished. 2 years have passed, and a player has discovered a new strategy. A new strategy called buying 1,000,000 shovels from Nooks before it closes. And though on paper it seems great, it has a long way to go before it can save money for anyone. But I believe... In all honesty, I'm not sure what to believe. Is this truly the ideal arrangement? Should you be crafting flimsy tools? Golden tools? Buying them? What is the answer, Nook? What's the answer? Welcome, Malcolm, and let's be honest, Animal Crossing is kind of at the end of its life. The forums and queues are dead, and people are barely active. Except for maybe the Twitch Treasure Islands for some reason. But one of the biggest frustrations to date for the players was the durability and breakability of tools. In past games, axes would break, but other tools would gain perks for their upgrades. But in New Horizons, all major tools just would break over the smallest of tasks. Heck, it's even an achievement. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the fact that the very expensive golden tools didn't break too. Seriously, why? Anyway, I wanted to share some of my homework with you. No, seriously. This topic was actually an economics assignment I did for school to help me understand game economies better. But I have a slightly higher standard than just copying and pasting my old work, so I'm going to be doing it all from scratch. Why am I doing this to myself? It's not as though this is a relevant or topical game, so I'm just basically doing this for nothing. Anyway, so in New Horizons, there are different levels of tools. Flimsy, good, store-bought, and golden tools. There's a notable snub of silver tools from past games, but I'll allow it since they were the awkward teenage phase of tools that no one remembers. Flimsy tools can be made from easy-to-find materials. Good tools require a bit more work to upgrade, and the flimsy to golden tool upgrade takes a lot of time, patience, and rare and expensive materials. But is it worth it to craft tools at all? Is it more cost-effective to just buy from Nooks? That's what I'm here to find out. Crafting tools requires just a bit more patience, but triples the durability of the flimsy tools. And while that makes sense, Nook sells these good tools in a variety of styles for 2,500 bells apiece.
Not too shabby for Rachel.
Just grab a couple non-native fruits and that tool is all yours, right? Well, let's break it down. I created a spreadsheet of all the possible tools, their buy and sell costs, as well as their durability. But I went the extra Nook mile and also made a calculation for the final cost of materials, including the materials for the previous upgrades. From there, I divided the final cost total by the durability to find the number of bells per use. So what do these numbers even mean? The durability costs are a rough indicator of how many bells per use, including selling the materials. A really neat tidbit from the sheet is realizing that golden tool's sell price is actually the cumulative sum of all the materials to make it, including the materials to make the flimsy tool, which is such a neat little find. So every time you water your precious Jacob's Ladder with your beloved elephant can, now you know that you're spending 15 bells per water. Now, our journey isn't over here just yet. This data has something to tell us, right? Maybe to hit that like and subscribe button? Okay, I'm kidding. That's really cringe. Let's move on. Anyway, here's a few tidbits we can glean from this. You're better off selling the materials for items like the flimsy can over crafting and selling it, as the wood would net you 300 bells, whereas according to my sources, the crafted flimsy can sells for a mere 200. This is the same with the flimsy shovel too, but the flimsy net, rod, and axe are all better off being sold as a crafted good to our MLM overlord Nook. For the sake of simplicity, I'll be using the figures for the highest possible loss to you as the player. For crafted tools, this is the amount that you're losing if you don't sell the tool or material, whichever is higher. For the purchased tool, it is the amount lost if you buy the tool and don't resell it. This means that the calculations will either be using the sell price of the materials or of the tool itself, depending on which is higher to determine how many bells you're losing with each tool use. But there's a little bit of an interesting trend we can see with this data. When it comes to the watering can, for example, you're better off upgrading your flimsy can to save a whopping 3.7 bells per use. The store-bought flimsy tools just aren't worth your time, with it being almost triple the cost per use on average. Keep in mind though, this isn't factoring in the cost of tools that you need to collect the materials, so it's all just subjective on how much time you're willing to spend crafting. Store-bought tools, while convenient, do have a cost deficit to them. Since the crafted tools are technically free, the cost deficit I was using was the opportunity cost of selling the materials or tools for a better price. But here, you actually do need to pay to get these tools. The most shocking thing is that the slingshot averages 125 bells per use, whereas crafted slingshots would only cost about 15 bells. The general rule of thumb here is if you're unsure if it'll save you money to craft or buy, crafting will save you the money, whereas buying will save you the time. The store-bought shovel and axe have the lowest cost of the bunch, but still have a heck of a lot higher price than crafting it yourself. Okay, the devs did factor all this in, fantastic. But then there's the king of all tools, the golden tools. With their golden, shiny exterior, impossibly hard unlock requirements, the golden tools are the pinnacle bargain, the best bang for your buck, right? Well, the short answer is no. The long answer? Heck no. Not only are golden tools extremely hard to make, the spawn of golden nuggets are so notably rare that you could use up shovels and axes just to find one. And that's what's kind of crazy here, because you're already losing a bunch of cost for the other tools just to make this one tool, so it doesn't feel worth it, right? Even just putting up the cost of the tools to get the materials, golden tools are a complete ripoff, costing anywhere from 53 bells to 171 bells per use. That's even more than the store-bought items. The fact that you're losing so much means that it's probably better to keep an arsenal of flimsy tools rather than even looking at the tacky golden ones. So there you have it, my thrifty friends. If you're looking for the best bang for your buck, it's definitely the crafted can, shovel, the flimsy axe over the stone axe, the sturdy axe for chopping, the flimsy net and rod, but stay away from store-bought flimsy tools. And if you want to buy store-bought tools, just know that they are more convenient and they don't require tools for material gathering, so it might be worth your while just to go for those. But stay away from the slingshot and the flimsy tools, as you're losing more money on those. Oh, yeah, and stay the heck away from golden tools. But let's be honest, you're better off just using the tools and selling them before they break, or just not caring because you have too many bells than you know what to do with. Because Animal Crossing's a game that's 3 years old.